This is Joseph. Joseph is a 17-year-old boy. Now, if you have any brothers, you have my sympathies. They can be a bit of a bother, can't they? Well, Joseph has 11 brothers. 10 half-brothers and 1 full brother, the youngest of the bunch, Benjamin. This is his story.
If it isn't my favorite son, Joseph. Have I mentioned how much I love you more than your brothers today?
This is Jacob, Joseph's dad. He liked Joseph more than his brothers, and was quite obvious about it.
Father, we work hard every day. Can you stop giving Joseph so much attention and give us some...
Yeah, that's nice, Judah. So, Joseph, come see this lovely gift I got you.
I hate Joseph.
Me too!
Yeah.
Whoa, what a great coat! Thanks, Dad. Hey, brothers, look at this cool coat that I have that you don't.
It didn't help when Joseph started having strange dreams.
Brothers, I had a dream that we were gathering corn when suddenly all of your bundles bowed down to my bundle.
You're saying I bowed down to you? Get real, Joseph.
Yeah, I'd rather rot in prison than call you Majesty.
I had a dream that 11 stars, the sun and the moon all bowed down to me. I bet it was all of you and Mum and Dad.
Don't be silly, Joseph. That's your brother's job. Now, you go lie down while your brothers clean the table. Thoroughly this time, Simeon.
And so Joseph's brothers were so jealous of Joseph that they wanted to kill him. And then one day, they had a chance to do just that.
Joseph, your lazy, less important brothers are out in the fields at Shechem with the sheep. Go check on them for me, will you?
You can count on me.
I know, son. I love you.
Thanks, Dad.
So much more than your brothers.
Thanks, Dad.
Hey, is that Joseph?
Great, let's kill him.
Yes! Whoa there. He is a brother. We shouldn't go that far. How about just throw him in this hole for now?
Hey, brothers, how are the sheep?
Get him!
What are you guys doing? Hey, that's my coat!
Get in the hole, Joseph!
No, please, guys, I didn't do anything wrong.
Just be quiet for once. Why don't you go to sleep and have one of your fancy dreams?
It's good to be rid of him. Eh, Reuben?
Huh? Oh, yeah, sure. Poor Joseph. He's a pain, but I can't let them kill him. Good thing he's only in that well. I'll come back tonight and get him out.
But seriously, Judah, what are we gonna do with him? Are we just gonna leave him there?
Good question. Let me think.
Good day, men. I am a passing tradesman. Do you have any slaves for sale?
Slaves? No, we've not got any. I've got an idea.
Joseph? Joseph? Joseph, you still down there?
No, he isn't.
Ah!
Whoa, are you okay?
Forget me. What did you do to Joseph?
We sold him as a slave and we got a good deal out of it too.
What? What are you going to tell father?
Uh-oh.
It was true. Joseph had been sold into slavery and was on his way far from home. As for Jacob, the brothers ripped up Joseph's coat, dipped it in blood, and told Jacob that Joseph had been killed by a beast.
Oh, Joseph, why? Why? My dear boy.
Oh, well, this is a depressing scene to end on.
Yeah, sorry about that. But that's all for now. Where did Joseph end up? What will happen to him next? Come back tomorrow to find out. Welcome back. Yesterday we saw that Joseph was sold into slavery by his brothers. Let's see how that went. It looks like he ended up in Egypt. And look, someone is already buying him. This is Potiphar. He's actually quite an important person in Egypt. The king of Egypt is the pharaoh, and there's nobody higher in the kingdom than him. Potiphar works for the pharaoh as an officer.
Is this your first time being a slave? Don't worry, kid. Just do your work right and you'll be taken care of. Oh, and say hi to my wife. New slave, dear. Handsome fellow, isn't he?
I'll say.
Say what?
Nothing, my darling.
What a loyal and trustworthy woman. Anyway, Joseph, let's put you to work. By the way, are you sure about keeping that name?
Potiphar did put Joseph to work around his house, but even though Joseph was literally a slave, God was with him. Through God, Joseph worked hard and did all of his jobs very well. Potiphar could see the Lord working in Joseph, so he put him in charge of everything in the house. Potiphar didn't need to worry about a thing because Joseph was able to handle everything for him.
Wow, Joseph, you're so talented.
There was only one problem.
Say, Joseph, why don't we spend some time together?
Potiphar's wife kept trying to, well, seduce Joseph.
My husband is away. Why don't we get a bit closer?
No, ma'am. I couldn't possibly betray my master like that. It would be a sin against God. No way.
Joseph was determined, but so was Potiphar's wife, and she kept asking him again
Joseph.
No.
and again
Hello, Joseph.
No.
and again.
Well, Joseph, fancy meeting you here.
No. No. No.
Until one day, when nobody else was around,
Come on, Joseph. You're so handsome, I'm so pretty. It just makes sense.
You're married to my master. There's so much wrong with this. No.
I'm getting really tired of hearing that. Come with me now.
You can keep that. I have work to do.
Ugh, I can't believe him. I'll get him for this.
Madam, can I help you with anything?
Oh, it's terrible, please. That horrible servant Joseph was forcing himself on me. He wouldn't take no for an answer. I screamed for help and he ran away leaving his coat.
The wife's lie soon reached Potiphar.
Joseph made moves on my wife. That's unacceptable. It's unbelievable. But my loyal and trustworthy wife said it, so it must be true. Joseph, it's prison for you, boy.
And so Joseph was thrown into prison. That's a shame. But hey, maybe he'll have an amazing opportunity and things will really turn around for him. Or maybe he won't. The only way to find out is to come back tomorrow to see what happens next. Welcome back. The last time we saw Joseph, he'd been thrown in prison. But it looks like even in here, he's not doing too badly. Yes, even in prison, the Lord was still with Joseph, and he made sure that Joseph succeeded in all that he did. Joseph was in charge of the other prisoners because he was such a good prisoner, and this came in handy when one day...
Welcome to prison, guys. I'm Joseph. I was Potiphar's favourite slave after being my father's favourite son. Now, I'm the prison warden's favourite prisoner.
Hey, Joseph.
Hi, warden.
Love that guy.
So, what did you guys do?
I'm sure it's nothing serious.
We worked for Pharaoh himself. I was his cupbearer, and he was his baker.
But I suppose he wasn't happy with us, because now we're here.
Oh man, I wish I knew what was going to happen to us next.
Well, it's funny he should say that, because the next morning, both men were troubled. Both of them had had an unusual dream the night before. Neither of them could make sense of it.
Ooh, I know all about dreams. God has the power to interpret dreams. Tell me what they were, and through him, I'll explain them.
Well, my dream, there was a vine with 3 branches. From the branches came grapes. I squeezed the grapes into my cup, and gave that cup to Pharaoh.
Good dream. It means that in 3 days, Pharaoh will set you free.
Really? That's awesome!
Yeah, and when you get free, could you please tell them about me? I'm an innocent man and I really shouldn't be here.
Wait, what about my dream? I dreamed I was carrying 3 baskets on my head with food in the top one. But then these birds came along and ate the food out of it.
Bad dream. I'm really sorry, but it means you're going to be hanged in 3 days.
Huh. Well,
And 3 days later, it was the Pharaoh's birthday. He did just as Joseph had foretold and set his cupbearer free while he executed the baker. But the cupbearer forgot about Joseph for 3 years, and poor Joseph was left alone in prison until one day.
Something wrong, Your Majesty?
I've had a worrying dream, my servant. 2 of them, in fact. They plague me every night, and I'm desperate to know what they mean. But none of my magicians or wise men are any good. Is there nobody in all of Egypt who can interpret dreams?
Oh, whoops. Joseph, duh.
Excuse you?
Your Majesty, I have an idea.
The cupbearer remembered Joseph at last, and Pharaoh summoned him at once when he heard about how Joseph had interpreted dreams.
I hear you can interpret dreams, so I summoned you at once.
Hey, that's what I just said.
Do not interrupt the Pharaoh.
Oh, sorry.
Please, Your Majesty, I can't interpret dreams, but God can. Tell me your dreams, and through the Lord my God, I'll tell you what they mean.
In my first dream, there are 7 fat, healthy cows grazing by the River Nile. But then, 7 ugly cows come out of the river and eat the fat ones. But they don't get any fatter after eating them. Then, in my second dream, the same thing happens again, but with ears of corn. 7 healthy ones swallowed by 7 disgusting ones. Please, what does it mean?
It means God has shown you the future of the land, Pharaoh. The dreams mean the same thing. There will be 7 years of wonderful harvest and plenty food, followed immediately by 7 years of famine. The kingdom will starve under fruitless crops and unyielding land unless you prepare for this. God has warned you about this so that you can put someone wise in charge of storing up food during the good years, so that when the bad years come, your kingdom will have food to spare and people will survive.
Sweet, you get the job.
Say what?
From now on, this man is in charge of all of Egypt. The only person with more power than you is me. Your God is clearly with you, Joseph. I know you're just what the kingdom needs.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Also, can we change your name? I'm thinking. Xackadee.
That did actually happen, but I'm not saying that, so let's just stick with Joseph. But wow! Joseph was put in charge of all of Egypt. He got a wife, 2 sons, probably a haircut, and everyone in Egypt bowed to him. But the story doesn't end there. Come back tomorrow to find out what happens next. Welcome again, everyone. Where were we? Ah, yes, Joseph has been made second in command of all of Egypt. And he did just as he said he would. Joseph spent the next 7 years gathering tons of food so that when the famine came, Egypt was ready for it. People came from all over to purchase food from Egypt, and Joseph oversaw everything. It was a terrible famine, so terrible that it reached Joseph's family back in Canaan.
We're running out of food, Father.
I can taste that, Reuben. Why don't you do something about it? Take your brothers and go to Egypt. I hear they have plenty of food to spare. No, not you, Benjamin. You can stay here. I can't lose you too.
Father really hasn't been the same since
Since Joseph? It's our fault. Let's just get the food.
So Joseph's brothers went to Egypt, and Joseph found himself face to face with the ones who had sold him as a slave. But they didn't recognize him. They bowed to him, just like Joseph's dreams had said they would so long ago. So Joseph decided to play along. They didn't even know he could speak their language because he used an interpreter.
I have an idea. Where are you men from?
We're from Canaan, sir.
Spies! These men are spies!
Wait, what?
No, sire, we're honest men, honestly.
Tell me about your family.
We are 12 brothers.
Then why are there only 10 of you?
Our youngest brother is at home with our father, and the other is dead.
Yep, They're definitely spies. Lock them up at once.
So Joseph put his brothers in custody for 3 days. On the third day,
I will give you a chance to prove that you aren't spies. One of you will stay here in prison while the rest of you will go home. If you return with your youngest brother, I will set your brother free and you won't die.
This is our punishment. This is happening because of what we did to Joseph.
I told you not to sin against him. Look what's become of us now. This is what we deserve for taking his life.
the brothers had no idea that Joseph was the man standing nearby, or that he could understand everything they were saying. He then kept Simeon as a prisoner and sent the brothers on their way with sacks of food to take home.
We'll be back, Simeon.
Yeah, I'd appreciate that, guys.
But on the way back, the brothers checked their sacks and found their money was in their food sacks with their grain. They were startled and very afraid of all of this. And things didn't improve when they returned and told Jacob everything that had happened.
You've taken my children from me again. First we lose Joseph, then Simeon is left behind in Egypt, and now you want me to take Benjamin too?
It's the only way.
No, I won't. He's all that I have left of his mother.
But eventually, Jacob and his family ran out of food. They were getting desperate, and they only had one choice.
Father, please. I will take full responsibility of Benjamin. If anything happens to him, blame me. I'll keep him safe. I promise.
Oh, all right. If you have no choice, then go. Bring a gift for this governor, and bring my 2 boys back. Such a place of disaster Egypt is. If you fail, I'll be so grief-stricken that I will die.
No pressure then.
The brothers returned to Egypt and presented themselves before Joseph.
Sire, this is our youngest brother, Benjamin.
Benjamin, hello. How is your father? Is he well?
Yes, your majesty. He's doing well.
Good. Excuse me. I have something in my eye. All of you, please follow me.
Sir, about the money we paid you?
Please, just follow me.
The brothers were stunned when they saw that Joseph was taking them to his house. They were afraid and thought they were in trouble, but a servant told them that they had received the money. There was no mistake, and perhaps God had put the money in their sacks.
Brothers, Benjamin, you're all here.
All the brothers are here. We're all back together again.
Yeah. All the brothers are back together. This way, everyone. It's time for dinner.
Wait, dinner?
The brothers were astonished to see that not only was the governor hosting them for dinner, but he had seated them all in the order that they had been born, and Benjamin had been given much more food than everyone else. The brothers were delighted, but also mystified. Their time in Egypt had been so strange. Joseph had something planned. But what? Find out tomorrow to see how it all ends. Joseph has had an interesting life. His life would be great, then it would be bad, but then it would be great again. On and on until he became the second most powerful man in the world. And now he's been reunited with all of his brothers, who still don't know that it's him. Joseph had to know if his brothers had changed from the bullies who threw him into a hole and sold him as a slave. So he tested them. Let's see how it went.
Fill their sacks with food and put their money in them as well. Then take my personal silver cup and put it in the younger one's sack.
Joseph sent the brothers on their way, and they made their way back to Canaan. But before they made it very far, they were chased down by Egyptian soldiers led by Joseph's steward. They accused the brothers of being thieves and demanded they open their sacks.
What? Thieves? Thieves us? Never. We would never steal from you. You say your master's cup has been stolen. Well, if you find it on any one of us, you can kill that man, because we would never do such a thing.
They searched their sacks and found Joseph's cup in Benjamin's sack.
You and your big mouth, Judah.
The brothers were horrified and returned to Egypt at once, where they faced Joseph once again.
How dare you all! Explain yourselves at once!
My lord, please, we are innocent. But I suppose God is punishing us for our past guilt. Let us all be your servants to repay you for this.
No, I could never allow that. Only one of you stole from me, and he will be my servant. Benjamin stays. The rest of you may go free.
My lord, please, have mercy. Our father loves this son so dearly and has already lost both his wife and his son. If we go back without Benjamin, he will die of sadness. Please, take me instead. For our father's sake, let Benjamin go home with his brothers. I will be your slave for life if you spare him.
Everyone, leave us! Brothers! I'm your brother Joseph. Is my father still alive?
Huh?
What?
Joe?
Sir?
Come here, guys. It's me, Joseph, the brother that you sold years and years ago. But it's okay, I'm not angry at you, because now I know this was all God's plan. God sent me here so that I could save Egypt. Now that I'm second to Pharaoh, I can save our family too. Get our father, tell him to bring everything and move here at once so that we will all survive this famine together.
That's really overwhelming.
Yeah, one thing at a time.
Joseph's alive!
Group hug.
Word travelled fast that Joseph's brothers were in Egypt.
Safnaf Panea's brothers are in town? That's awesome. Give them the best land we have to offer.
The people of Egypt were thrilled that Joseph's family had been discovered, and they were welcomed to go back to their home and bring the rest of their family and livestock.
No fighting, you lot.
Jacob didn't believe it when his sons told him Joseph was alive at first, but then when he had heard all that had happened, he felt hopeful at last.
My son. I'm going to see my son again.
And so Jacob's family were reunited at last. They all moved to Egypt, where they prospered and lived out the rest of their lives together. God worked many miracles in Joseph, and because of that, he saved his people and his family. That's a pretty good ending, wouldn't you say? This is Joseph.
I can save our family too. Go get our father. Tell him to bring everything and move here at once so that we will... Oh.
Welcome back. Yesterday we saw that Joseph was sold into slavery by his... I don't like that. Welcome back. It just sounds too showy. Welcome back. Last time Joseph was sold into slavery. It's just too silly. I can't do it.
I'll say.
You went to see it actually.
Oh, am I? Okay.
Yeah, it's like say both the lines. Just get them done real quick.
Okay.
The king of Egypt is the Pharaoh, and there's nobody higher in the kingdom than him. Pharaoh, wait, no, not Pharaoh. Pharaoh doesn't work for Pharaoh. Potiphar works for Pharaoh. Come on.
My husband.
All the brothers are here and we're all back together again.
What was that? What was that? You call that acting? That did actually happen, but I'm not saying that, so let's just stick with Joseph. I'm going to do that again. Actually, let's not stop recording. Let's just keep going. Let's roll with it. Okay. That did actually happen, but I'm not saying that, so let's just... That's worse. That's worse. That was just worse. I'm just going to start going.
No, sire. We're honestly men. We're honestly men. We're honest men.
That's alright. Just...
Accusing you of being like an alien or something.
They're women and just... No, we're honest. Joseph sent the brothers on their way, and this... I just feel like I'm whistling when I say sent. Potiphar did put Joseph to work around his house. But even though Joseph was literally a slave, the script has disappeared behind my screensaver, and now I can't read it. I will have to do this take again.
My lord, please. We are innocent.
Oh, darn it. Sorry, that's notification going off.
Excuse you? Excuse you?
Excuse you?
But on the way back, the brothers checked their sacks and found their money was in their food. Sacks, darn it!
Something wrong, Your Majesty?
I think you should do that again. I think you might have heard. Yeah, so just like, yeah, right, it's recording now, just say the line.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Pete, try not to have too much of a pause between something wrong here, because it would be something wrong, Your Majesty, rather than
Yeah, I
something
know,
wrong.
I was about to say
Just
it.
record, you're going to have to cut all of it. Right, okay, go.
Something wrong, Your Majesty? Oh,
I
no.
just told you not to do it.
Okay, right.